All right, let's get the slow motion crash footage out of the way. All of you critdrama fans would love this. It looks like a lot of fun, unless you're the guy on the ground, then it's not so much fun. But anyways, pay attention to this guy up here in the red kit stepping over the guy right there. Watch him look back right here. Don't ever do that, guys. If you're in a crash, look ahead of you. Your race does not matter behind you, so don't stare at a crash. You're going to cause another crash. But today I want to talk about that crash and whether I should have gotten a free lap. So free laps are basically granted for a mishap. And USAC defines a mishap as a crash or a mechanical, period. Those are two things. You have a crash or a mechanical. If not, you didn't have a mishap. But there are delays and impediments, and those can be granted free laps too. So riders who are impeded by a crash but have not crashed, that's called a delay. When you're impeded, you can be significantly delayed, and then you can request a free lap. So riders that have been significantly delayed, like getting off your bike, stepping over riders, being a forced detour off the course, they may report for a free lap, and reporting is subject to the decision of the officials monitoring the course, whether they want to allow you a free lap. So basically, you can be impeded by a crash significantly, though, and you have to have the official decide whether it was significant or not. So you report to the area, and then they will allow you to re-enter or not, and they can decide, you're not going to be going back in. So one of the recognized examples of this, recognized mishaps on the left-hand side, on the second to bottom row there, you can see significant delay stoppage, meaning impeded due to a crash, or unrecognized mishap, which is the one to the right of that, which is riders momentarily slowed, delayed, but with sufficient course access to resume racing. So I think this all boils down to whether it was significant or it was momentary, and then it's up to the official to decide whether that's going to work for you or not. So let's watch this crash again in the full speed mode to see whether you think I was significantly delayed or not. So as you can see, I definitely didn't crash, but right here I was grabbing all sorts of brakes, and that kind of made the race go away from me here. You can see I'm going to drop like 600, 500, 700, whatever watts, a lot of power to get back up to the group. I didn't stop. I don't really remember if I needed to take a foot out or if I needed to unclip. But I'm not necessarily certain I would have called it that that crash. I don't know if I would have said I would have had enough of the course to resume my race without delay, without being significantly delayed. So as you can see here, I don't necessarily think it's a matter of can you see the group like you can see here? Can you see the group ahead of you? Are you trying to just get back on there? Is there a lot of effort that you have to do to get back on? I don't know if that's called significant. As you can see here, they're not out of sight. They're just right there. There's a 180 turn right there. But I'm not necessarily sure that the amount of effort you have to do to get back on means the actual delay was significant. So again, this is a matter of whether or not I was significantly impeded there. And the risk there, and this is the hard part, right? Because you can work together like you're going to see here. We're just going to fast forward through the rest of this and kind of show that we work together to bring this back, but we, spoiler alert, do not bring it back. So the risk here of being impeded is if you were even remotely significantly impeded or not, it's still up to the decision of the referee. I was right in front of the pit there, so there's a lot of people who saw it. I don't think I was necessarily on the back of the group, so maybe the car or the moto behind us may or may not seen where I was in that. But another thing is like if I would have just stopped, and here you can see that the group is gaining more time on us, so we're kind of losing time on the group. But if I would have stopped, just consciously said, oh, okay, I really don't want to crash here. Yes, I can kind of dodge it, but if I put my foot down and stopped, I'm pretty sure that would have been called a significant delay, even if it was my conscious decision to put my foot down. Now, I tried not to do that just in general because I wanted to avoid everything, and probably the safest bet was to do exactly what I did. I mean, I didn't want to crash. That's all I was thinking about in that case. But when I got to that point when I knew I was good, again, I didn't know who was behind me, so maybe I didn't know everything was good. But if I would have known everything was good and put a foot down, you know, that's a little ethical gray area. Um, but that would more likely been considered significant delay. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know what guys do in the field. I was just trying to avoid a crash, and I made the decision not to take the free lap. And as you can see here, again, group is way ahead of us now. So it's, and you can see in the upper right hand corner, lap 6 of 8. I'm pretty sure at this point I knew I was not going to make it. We were not going to catch them. So at this point, I think we just had a fun race at the end. I had PB, personal best kind of power numbers here, and now we're at lap 7 of 8. We know we're not going to catch them, so I throw in a little attack here just for fun. But yeah, I mean, this race had some all-time power high numbers for me. It's basically like an FTP test almost. And so, here we're just having some fun. And, here I make it a little attack and have some fun at the end here. But they are so far ahead. I think we're about to see the group here. Yeah, so they're right there. So anyways, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on this, whether there's this gray area of getting a free lap or not, and what you thought about the crash that I had in this race. But thanks for watching. We got a lot more footage from this season, and I'd like to hear what you think. Thanks for watching.